Hello everybody, this is Dust for Dust.on Gaming and MTG Tavern here on Twitch. Here with some 5-color humans. This is one of the lists that did well in the mocks, I believe. Um, Nothing too terribly special about this list. It's not running the Kitesail Daredevil or the red Snapcaster Mage, as some people are calling it. It's just a more basic humans list. 19 lands, 4 Aether Vial, 4 Noble Hierarch, and then your usual disruption of Kitesail Freebooter, Meddling Mage, and Thalia in the main deck. Your beaters and Champion of the Parish, they'll use Lieutenant Mantis Rider, and then Reflector Mage to disrupt creature decks. Sideboard, got some fairly decent things. You got Selfless Spirits against decks with Sweepers, Warlock Champion for burn decks where you need life gain, Sin Collector for decks with a lot of spells like burn or control, Dismember for situations where you need to interact with particular creatures, and then Stony Silence for affinity and Lantern, as well as the new Tezzeret Prison decks. So, let's get into the league, shall we? So last night we ended up playing Lingering Jund. The deck, it's kind of hard to say how the deck felt, honestly, because we ran into a lot of Jund's bad matchups, like Living In, the deck that I haven't seen played in forever. We also ran into Valakut, we ran into Mill, we ran into what's the other one? Ponza. It was just like, how many bad matchups for Jund can you run into in one league? Did manage to beat Mill, but that was a bit of a dicey proposition. So Humans has become slowly crept up to be probably the most powerful or second most powerful deck in Modern right now, behind Hollow End, or Black-Red Hollow One. Which is a deck we're probably going to play hopefully sometime this weekend. I do have some studying to do for tests and some homework, but wanted to do a quick league this morning before some of the big hitters got rolling. I know Star City and Grand Prix Seattle will be firing up here shortly. Alright, so I didn't want to find opponents anyway. So, oh, Is It Statcaster also good against small creature decks? I think, what was the deck that I was playing that blew me out? When I was playing 5-color creatures, Is It Statcaster was definitely pretty brutal against us too. And this deck's just pretty standard human stuff. So, one of Dark Confidant in the main deck. About the only spicy meatball. Oh, Spellqueller. Don't know why there's like one random Spellqueller in the deck. Guess that's kind of a getcha factor, so to speak. Alright, finally a league. I'd like to play first. Yes, I would. Sand is a little land heavy, but I still think we keep it. Parish into Freebooter into Reflector Mage. On Ziggurat, so our opponent doesn't quite know we have uncounterable our access. We're up against Risky Devil, Basic Island, Serum Visions. See what our opponent does with our Serum Visions. Top and top. Noble Hierarch. Human. Go with... On the off chance that they're the Disrupting Shoal version of the deck, I want to Make sure we resolve this. Don't need to get too cute. Wow. Okay. So, they are, in fact, a... It's quite the hand. Blue-red breach deck. Which means I wouldn't be surprised if we're getting Blood Moon here soon. So definitely going to play out the ye old Noble Hierarch next turn. Alright, so no red source is interesting. So let's play Noble Hierarch just so they can't randomly ambush us with Snapcaster Mage here. Hit you for 4. Can't stop drawing lands though. Island, island, island. Snapcaster Mage Serum Visions here. Top. Alright. Horizon Canopy. So our opponent can't really counter anything. Another land, sure. Good. Don't like Reflector Maging your stupid Snapcaster, but it's kind of whatever here. Don't really know if our clock is fast enough here to stop them from doing whatever they're trying to do. Four, 5, 6, 7 power. Something like blue-red through the breach right off the bat. It's one of my favorite decks in testing. Other people haven't had a ton of success with it, but it was a fun deck. I think we ended up going 4-1 with it when we streamed it a while back. What to do, opponent? What to do? So you went top. Obviously, you like something you topped. 4, 5, 6, 7. So 4 Manus Riders and 4 Thalia's Lieutenants are likely lethal. Outside of obviously Snapcaster Mage. But we're sitting on 3 lands, which obviously sucks. 2, 3, 4, 6. There's our sideboarding plan for this matchup. So you have a red source finally. Probably want Sin Collectors and Selfless Spirits would be my guess. Wow. Attack with everything. Sure. Nothing to flash back, just blocking champion the perisher. Okay, you have Bolt to go with it. Is it Charm? Weird. Not sure what that was trying to set up. I guess they're trying to set up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, where Emrakul is lethal. Yep. I guess that's what they were trying to set up, trying to get enough permanence off the table that through the breach Emrakul was going to be enough. Beyond this, is there any cards like Cage sort of stops Snapcaster, but is that really a concern here? And then Reflector Mage. And there is some situations where Reflector Mage is decent, but I don't know. Probably just got a couple Reflector Mages. And so I really don't. I mean, there's a corner case scenario where we could conceivably like Reflector Mage through the breached Emrakul, but it's like have to have Ether Vial on 3. I don't know. It just feels sketch. Yeah, opponent must have been hoping for like So Thalia into Thalia's Lieutenant? I guess that's alright. Obviously, one of our opponent's better plans against us was probably Blood Moon. It's not having Ether Vial or stuff is a little sketch. But just as an aggro player, I don't know they're supposed to throw back anything like that. Basic planes go. Awkward. Probably gonna counter this if they have counter spells in their deck. Remand. Okay. Must not. I don't know. Certainly wouldn't want to be leaving in counter spells against the humans deck, but I suppose in this particular case it was fine. Hoping to Blood Moon us here. Here comes the Blood Moon! Yep. Alright, Ether Vial. Champion of the Parish, go. Top and top. Sure. Excuse me. Here comes Thalia. Do you have another remand? You do not. Alright. Another bolt? Sure. Land through the breach? Question mark. Thalia's lieutenant here. So the question is, when am I supposed to use this kite sail free bidder? Guess during your draw step we'll use it. Sure. Card on top. Put in a kite sail. What you got over there, opponent? Is a Snapcaster Lightning Bolt? Yep, there's a Snapcaster. On what? Okay. Okay. Still get to see what's in your hand at least. Serum Vision's Anger of the Gods. Those are some exciting cards. Yep. Okay. Still no Anger of the Gods is one of your cards. Thalia, Guardian of Thraben. Alright. And suspect this is the tank of I lost the game. Yep. Alright, sweet. Got there in game 1. Be back here in one short minute. Alright, we're back. Okay. So that was pretty nice, bleeding through blue-red through the breach, through a blood moon in game 2. Felt pretty good, pretty good, pretty good! So, I wonder what's taken humans from, like, this nice, like, fringe kind of mid-range deck to, or mid-range aggro deck to, like, the top deck in the format, even with Jund floating around. It's interesting. You'd think Jund would be like a predator for this deck that just can't really compete with. But as we saw with Jund last night, Jund has a lot of very like disruption-oriented matchups like land destruction or Valkit that Jund just struggles with. So, alright, we're gonna be on the draw this game. That kind of sucks. So 4 lands. I feel this is a mulligan. Sand isn't fantastic either, but if we hit another land, yeah, we'll play Ether Vial on one. Seems good. Another basic island deck. Alright, so let us turn your islands into a pile of nonsense. Turn 1, Spell Pierce or Ceremonious Rejection. Okay. Do I like to play? Yes. So, we're up against Blue Tran. Opponent's condescending for 0, see if we'd screw up, I guess? I don't know. That said, we might not be fast enough against one of their better draws. They are still a Tron deck, so. Yes, I'd like to use this ability. So no other plays. We are a lot behind because we're on the draw, so. Wow. Okay. Repeal being brutal as always. I think this is going to be probably get countered on the way back down. Yep. Probably just gonna get countered. Just how I enjoy playing Magic. Yep, which means I'll Tron next turn. See what's going on with their hand. This is probably going to get countered too. Why it doesn't? Worm Coil, Walking Ballista. Yep, that's game. Alright. Mono Blue Tron. This for burn, I'd know exactly how this matchup goes, but it's not, so. Probably want Sin Collectors. Selfless Spirit's not really. Yeah, it might be okay. Let's see. Alright, so... Oblivion Stone. Some Stony Silences might be okay. But they've got a lot of tools for this matchup themselves. Actually, Stony Silence is kind of dumb, considering one of our biggest assets against them is Selfless Spirit. Doesn't really stop most of their removal. Reflector Mage. Look at like a Reflector Mage or two. I mean, yeah, they have Worm Coil Engine, but that's just one of many tools they have. So I definitely think the mulligan was correct, but just didn't line up right, and I screwed up by not viling in Noble Hierarch in response. Yeah, I can't keep a no-lander. Sure-ish. Bottom that, I think we're looking for another land just to kind of accelerate our getting stuff out of our hand. There's nothing they could have on one that... Wow, they have Spell Snare. Okay. Sure. No reason to cast anything here right now. Yep, turn Aether Vial to my hand. I highly doubt this will resolve, but, you know. Since they seem hell-bent on leaving in, like, all of their counterspells. Yeah. So I got Spell Snared. Wow. Definitely props to our opponent for knowing the matchup. Yeah, that's a card. Red. White. The thing part is we're not even going to be able to cast Phantasmal Image in the next turn cycle or two. Mantis Rider. Mm-hmm. Yep, that's enough of this. I mean, props to our opponent for knowing the matchup, knowing what cards are important to repeal, etc. Not a matchup I've had a ton of experience playing with humans. Helps if we'd win some die rolls, wouldn't it? Guess we keep this hand. It is a little on the sketch side. Mullen to 5 would suggest some type of Bogles or Tron or something. Nope, humans. Or possibly Eldrazi, I guess. Yep. Humans mirror match. Ether Vial, my friend, you're a little late to the party. Another freebooter? Oh, Confidant, sure. Confidant's gonna be hard to beat. Wow, your last spell is Noble Hierarch. Okay. Yep, we're losing the race and we're getting summarily beat down. Oh, sure. Human, red, white, blue. Yes, Rider. It's gonna make it that much more difficult for us to win. Wow. Yep, I think we're done here. Guess we'll give it one more draw step, see if we hit like a lieutenant or something, but I'm pretty sure we're done. Phantasmal Image. Like, you know, I have another Thalia, right? I only have one more card. Maybe they hit land. Noble Hierarch. One's gonna have to block here, or they risk dying to their own Dark Confidant. Probably freebooter here, or do you do the double block? No, there's still. It's possible we should move to scoop phase, but it is. Yeah, like. Opponent keeps saying lands with their Dark Confidant. Alright. Well, I well, I thought they were gonna Alpha Strike last turn and they did not, so it was kind of. But yeah, we're definitely dead here. Block there, take 3. I don't have a great understanding for taking like what are the right human hands to keep and what are not. So I tend to keep probably hands that are a little too slow. Sometimes, like I kept double Thalia, Manus Rider on the draw, and then they mulligan to 5, and then kind of dictate how the matchup went. So Dismembers seem to be the easy one. Is Staticast or something comes in? So it kills Image, kills Confidant, kills Noble Hierarch, kills Thalia. I don't know. Feels like creatures get too quickly out of range for Staticaster. Think Staticaster comes in? Alright. Like, I've played a couple leagues with humans, but Burn is my weapon of choice for these aggro mirrors. For what the hell comes out? Freebooter? I mean, it's a flyer, but other than that, it doesn't impact a whole heck of a lot. Yeah, I know, generally speaking, I just hate mulliganing. Is it Freebooter or is it Meddling Mage here? Do God's work. Might just be Meddling Mage. Vile, you mull pretty easily. Yeah, I hate decks like humans when mulliganing because, like, you end up having so many hands where Freebooter doesn't do a whole lot. Yeah, that was my original thought. A couple of these out of there, get Thalia back in. Still a flyer, which can be relevant, but yeah, I can see Meddling Mage, no target's name. I split the difference, so... like, there are some situations where you might want to make Meddling Mage, like, Reflector Mage or Manus Rider if it's, like, the only card that beats you and you don't have it in your hand. Ay, 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 ay. Chat, you're killing me here. Random one of Spell Queller that was in this list. I guess we keep it. In case you're wondering about the Spell Queller, it was one of the lists that did well in the mocks, so I just kind of rolled with it. Yeah, I think the hand's fine too. It's just, like, we're not really, don't have a boatload of pressure here. Am I just supposed to Reflector the Mage this back, or am I supposed to double spell here? Feel like I want the Thalia's Lieutenant to follow up, so... yeah. Bounce the dude. Yeah, that's my thought process. Possibly. Depends on what the rest of their draw is like. Like, I have the mana advantage, which is nice. Especially if they only have one land, this is going to get real awkward for them. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 mana here. Yeah, the question is, am I just supposed to play Noble Hierarch and Bash and then hold up Queller? Or am I just supposed to put max pressure on the board here? Like, I don't think I care about any other 2-drops, do I? All the things in play, champion, and... Alright. Gotcha. Kill them all. Fair enough, fair enough. Well, looks like that was the correct line. Alright, so... Is there any consideration to Selfless Spirit? Or is that just, like, crazy here? Like, Selfless Spirit over some of the freebooters? Since we all kind of agree that freebooters kind of suck. Is less better than freebooter? I'm going to go with the 2-2 split because Selfless Spirit can make their combat absolutely horrible for them. So, I'm just trying, you know, trying to learn the humans deck here, especially the mirror match. I took out Meddling Mage, so there's no Meddling Mage in my deck right now. See, they're all on the sideboard. I have the 4 Meddling Mages out for the 2 Dismembers and the 2 Static Casters, and then we have, I mean, we're definitely keeping this hand. Oh yeah, I'm definitely keeping this hand. I mean, on the play they could still overpower this, but I mean, champion into lieutenant into potentially another lieutenant is just 5 power on turn 3. I can't really, you know, can't really argue that point. And like you said, there's not a ton of interaction in this matchup, so, I mean, outside of Reflector Mage, there's not a ton to be done here. Okay, they're mulligan to 6. I mean, I'm not gonna... like, they mulligan to 5 and smeared us game 1, so... Alright, hopefully... I'm gonna say... Reflector Mate... Nope. Lieutenant of their own. Alright, well... see if they have lieutenant of their own. Well, Auriok champion. Wow. Okay. How is this? Another creature enters the battlefield, you gain life. Oh yeah, that's definitely the plan here. Human. Dahlia's Lieutenant. What does what? Auriok Champion do? Auriok Champion gains life for every creature that enters the battlefield. So it pseudo turns the race in their favor. It's a card I'm familiar with as a burn player. We'll put it that way. Looks like they're going to have a Thalia's Lieutenant here. Yep. It could. Ether Vial, you're right on time, friend. Alright, so this is going to devolve into a stall. Am I interested in just running out Confidant here? I don't know. It depends on what the rest of their hand is. Like, I may not be able to just run them over. Alright, another Auriok Champion, sure. I'm just going to go ahead and take this hit. Just bounce your big idiot and swing. Seems like a reasonable plan here. Guess we'll see. Okay, so they're going to 20 here. Yeah, I think I'm just supposed to bounce their big idiot. Never seen such a stack for a freaking human stack, man. Oh. Oh, I agree they're behind, but I do have to be a tiny bit careful here. Just going to swing the big three. I don't want to lose the lieutenant, and I want to have a little bit of 12, 16. I know, I don't lose, and I really would prefer to keep it that way. So, I mean, if they're going to put themselves in the abyss every turn, I'm fine with that. And then there's no, like, even if they were to Reflector Mage here, there's no good attacks, and then they're dead on the crackback, so. That's a lot of thinking, opponent, but I'm pretty sure, unless you're running, like, double Simian Spirit, well, no, land, Simian Spirit Guide, Settle the Wreckage, you're dead here. Sure. Guess you get to live another turn if you chump block out, but nope. Alright, scooping. Enter the scoop phase. Alright, just want to thank everyone for hanging out this morning. Hope you're enjoying me blundering my way through the humans mirror. Alright, well, quick cues are always good. Mandalorian 7586. Sure. Got ourselves a Nobel Peace Prize. Temple Garden tapped. Doesn't really tell us a whole lot. I don't think Value Town plays Thalia, though. It might be. It could be Collected Company humans. White Death, Green, White Death, and Taxes? Maybe. It might be, but I haven't seen a green-white variety in a long time. Corsair? Yep. This is just green-white beats. Looks like it might be Value Town with the Field of Ruin nonsense going on there. That's going to be able to hurt casting some of our spells if they actually activate this. Which it looks like they might be doing. Yep. Yeah, Path to Exile is your follow-up. About what's going on here. Kasali Pride Mage. Alright. Gonna swing with your Smitre. Yep, swing with your Smitre. Thalia of our own. So... I guess I'm going to go ahead and cast Meddling Mage here, naming Path to Exile. Probably the only card I care about here. Yeah, it's just like, it looks like it's just green-white value creatures. I mean, outside of Mana Screw, this feels like a matchup that we should just be able to... Okay, another Smitre and Ether Vial. Reflector Mage. Bouncer Smiter. Bash? Seems pretty decent. Actually, we're just going to go ahead and leave back Meddling Mage. I don't want them to be able to trade off. Unlock their Path to Exile if that's a card they have in hand. Mandalorian 7586. It's a lot of Mandos before your time, my friend. Alright, so they are green-white death and shitters. Been a little bit since I've seen green-white death and shitters. Shit! Sure. I'll play Thalia. Make my guys even bigger. So, my bashing with everything here. They can block, 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 take 2. Yeah, if I attack with everything, you're just dead because you go block, 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 take 2, 5, 6. Alright. So Spider. Can't recall seeing too many zoo, white, green. So they've got Settle the Wreckage in their sideboard, which is important to note. And just a bunch of shit we don't care about, pretty much. Rest in peace. Stony Silence is somewhat relevant, but they may not bring that in because it kind of screws their own game plan. So, like, the list I'm looking at doesn't have Field of Ruin, which is interesting. So, I love Cat Jesus. I personally despise the card, but I can understand how people like it. I'm probably interested in what, the Dismembers and the Statcasters, and then probably get rid of the cutesy stuff like the Spell Queller. Kitesail has some targets, but not a lot. They've got Path and they've got Company. They might have Settle the Wreckage. So maybe I'm supposed to go down like one Kitesail, one Meddling Mage. And is a Thalia too screwy here? Just shave one Thalia because drawing multiple Thalias isn't very good. But the flip side is that also gets you, because you can't search your own library either as the Death and Taxes player. Because that's a two-way street. Sure, we're keeping this. It's not fantastic, but we're keeping it. What could they have on one? Oh, they have their own Noble Hierarch? Sure. Cavern of Souls, human. Play out this Ether Vial. The question is, am I supposed to play Freebooter next turn, or am I supposed to play Dahlia? This is probably not a great hand in the matchup, depending on what. I'm gonna laugh if they play like Thalia here or something. Nope, Leonin Arbiter into Ghost Quarter. Son of a bloop bloop bloop. Yeah, and Leonin Arbiter is a fairly decent clock when backed with two Noble Hierarchs. Not gonna sit here and bash that. Yeah, I understand the huge desire to make opponents' lives miserable. I completely understand. Human. See what they got going on over there. Wrath of God Flicker Wisp, Smiter. Dear God. That's a hand. Am I just supposed to bash with Noble Hierarch here? Yeah, sure. Flicker Wisp, get back a Wrath of God? Oh no, this is gonna go after Ether Vial. Alright, so vial this in. Question is, what am I vialing in here? Like, do you use this ability? Yes. Question is, which one am I? Huh. No, there's no sense in copying free. Well, I guess Freebooter would have made some sense, but and I just passed through my turn like a chump. Nothing like hitting F6 and probably losing yourself the match. They have another Flicker Wisp. Wow. Well, it looks like we weren't winning this one anyway, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, on to game 3. Well, it looks like we might be interested in Spell Queller and possibly these Selfless Spirits. No. Let's just like to play first. Hand's fine. They did, but we also punted a tiny little bit, so, you know. They definitely ran hot, but we punted a little bit too. I was gonna say, can we please get a land? Please? But smells like Path to Exile. No path. Yeah, strip mine would have been pretty bad there. Dismember, huh? Which member? Dismember. So I don't think there's too much on 2 we care about. So I'm not going to hold up Dismember here. War Dog, weren't you the one just saying how much you love strip mine, and yet you weren't rooting for our opponent to strip mine us? I'm almost insulted. The hell is this? Even Mind Sensor, sure. Alright, so if they hold up a bunch of mana next turn, I do have to be mindful of Settle the Wreckage. That is one card I do have to be mindful of. Well, I appreciate that. I'm just laughing at your unadulterated love of strip mines here. What on earth is this? Oh! Well, got us. Now we might lose for playing too much into the wrath. Oh well. They were just trying to buy time until Jay of Judgment. That made sense. Yeah, I don't think we're winning this game now. Well, I mean, I don't think we could afford to play around Sweeper there. It's always awkward to play against decks that have access to Sweepers plus creatures. It's like, that is such an odd... Such an odd combination. Just want to thank War Dog and everybody else hanging out this morning, watching us play a little bit of Humans. This is going to be, obviously, our last match of the league. Hopefully the 3-2 dream is alive. And... we're on the draw. That's never good. Gotta throw this hand back. Third land. Probably not interested in that. Yeah, now we're gonna run up against Burn and get Run the bleep over. Champion of the parish. Alright, we... At least we got a 1-drop. So if they're stuck on one land, we might have a chance, but nope. I played this matchup a lot from the burn side, so it's very close, but it does require the humans decks to have their better draws. Okay, Caverns of Souls, sure. Eidolon. Feels like an Eidolon. Human. I'm not racing them right now because we'd be losing the race. So, is a bolt on Thalia? Yeah, probably. Knowing that we have Champion of the Parish on top, I'm just going to take this hit. Really sucks, but... No. We don't have the mana to do that right now anyway. And... what you want to do in this situation is make it so their Eidolon's a liability. So if they don't block here, they go to 10. I might be dead now, but in situations like this, their Eidolon actually becomes a very large liability. And Freebooter is kind of like a house of cards. It just comes down way too easily. The fact that we were on the draw this game really hurt us. If we were on the play, this draw might have been enough to get there. But feeling like this is a Searing Blaze on... Wow, they're going with Swift Spear? That's risky. Not gonna play any other spells here. Presuming we're just dead here. Yeah. So, we're interested in the Oriok Champions. We're interested in the Sin Collectors. I think that's about it on that side of things. Phantasmal Image is not fantastic for obvious reasons. And this is not a Dark Confidant matchup, so... They're probably bringing in some combination of Paths, Searing Bloods, and Grim Lavamancers if they're not already in the main deck. They may or may not leave Skullcrack in, so Oriok Champion isn't necessarily a hard lock on their creatures. Sure. Wow, they're mulliganing to 5? They kept a no-lander? Wow. Well, to be fair, a lot of burn players will board out some amount of Eidolons on the draw, because Eidolon on the draw is a lot worse, actually. So, yeah, it's a near ideal opener in a game in which our opponent has nothing going on. So, I guess, yay for free wins. Now we gotta be on the draw against Burn. Oh, not the place you want to be. Not the place you want to be in this matchup, yeah? Yeah, Burn is good the deck when you draw the lands. When you don't draw the lands, it is not very good. Is there any other changes we can make? I don't think so. Let's roll Tide. I'm not an Alabama fan, I just felt like saying that. Sure? They kept their 7s, so we're probably dead? Yeah. That's life. Oh, wow. No turn 1 play. Interesting. We need to draw one more the land that isn't the Horizon Canopy, and I think we win the game. Maybe? Yeah. No, Kemball is not in the list that I copied, unfortunately. Just go Eidolon. Come on. Bring the Eidolon, bud. Bring the Eidolon. No, Kemball would be bonkers in this matchup. Alright. Sure. Guessing you drew the Swiss Spear this turn? Yeah, no blocks. Ooh. That is an Auriok champion. Oh, I agree. Kemball is amazing. Oh yeah, Kemball is amazing card. I've played it in a lot of different humans variations. Do you have the skull crack? Huh? Yes? Do you have the skull crack? You have the skull crack. This block is going to suck. If you don't have the skull crack, this is going to be very rough for you, opponent. Very, very rough. It looks like you don't have the skull crack. You're going to Helix, my dude. Sure. By the way, this is just a TLDR. If your burn opponent starts burning your creatures and they are not Searing Bloods and Searing Blazes, they are not in good shape. Just so we're clear on that. Which deck? The humans deck or the burn deck? Land. Well, the illusions are out. I have the illusions went out, and 2 Sin Collectors, 2 Auriok Champions came in. So, am I supposed to ride dirty or am I supposed to Sin Collector? I think I'm supposed to Sin Collector here. See what you got over there in their hand. Searing Blaze, I think, is the only card that I truly care about here. If you want to start out with humans, my suggestion would be to pick up. There are mono white humans lists that start out with a lot of the same cards. Suspended a Rift Bolt, sure. Cavern of Souls. The matchups that Cavern is relevant in is the counterspell decks. You probably want to start with mono white humans and work your way to... Start with mono white humans, work your way to green white humans, and then start picking up the pieces to work towards 5-color humans. Because that's what I've seen one of my local players do. He started out with mono white humans like 9 months ago, and then went to green white humans, and then went to Chalice, and there's a couple other, like, one of the matchups we lost was, alright, they're going after Manus Rider, sure. Lieutenant into Lieutenant. Seems pretty decent. Woo! Oh. Sorry, I've had a lot of 2-3s in leagues lately. So to me, a 3-2 in a deck that I'm playing not named Burn is like the world's greatest thing right now. Cause like the only deck I can win with lately is friggin' Burn. Oh, feels so good. Humans. I mean, it has, but that's because the key cards, Cavern of Souls and Noble Hierarch and Ether Vial, are all expensive as shiitake. As Fury Monster has said, sorry Fury Monster, all I can think of is Cookie Monster, num 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 num. As Fury Monster said, you probably want some chem balls in your sideboard. Probably over like the third Stony Silence, or some combination of these cards. Like I like Uriok Champion, it's fine, but like maybe 2 Uriok Champion and 2 chem ball. Like you cut a, like maybe cut a Selfless Spirit and a Stony Silence. Tread Microglyph today because of Jund. Yeah, Jund's a pretty fun deck. Personally, the decks I own in paper are Burn and Ben Eldrazi. So, who, me or War Dog? I was gonna say I'm US too. So, but I mean, humans is humans. I mean, deck has a lot of customizability. People like playing Direfree Daredevil. You know, various cards. Kemball's a very good card in the sideboard, etc. He recently traded your Burn for a Bogle's deck. The sad part is, this is really dumb. So, I have played Bogles now 3 times with Burn in the past, like, 3 weeks, and I think I've beaten them all 3 times. So, like, I played twice with Burn and once with a Zoo deck that was a user's list, and I've beaten them all 3 times. Which is funny, because that's a horrible matchup for Burn, but it's just dumb that sometimes you can beat your unwinnable matchups, quote-unquote unwinnable. Yeah, I could definitely see him being in Mardu Pyromancer. It's another deck I have to pick up and give another run at. But, anyways, wrapping up humans. Humans are still pretty good. Can understand why it's a 3-2, or why it's one of the best decks in the format. Our mono blue Tron opponent clearly knew what the hell they were doing with repealing Ether Vials and blowing up our Caverns of Souls and keeping in their counter spells and having Walking Ballistas and all that fun whatnot. We did get stuck on one lane in that matchup. Our other loss was to... What was our other loss to? So goofy part about the green-white death and taxes. It's solid. Yeah. What, the Mardu Pyromancer list? Is your list like, oh, death and taxes? Which variety? Green white or mono white? Or blue and white? Alright, I'm gonna stop the recording for humans because I'm just gonna talk with chat for a little bit here.